Hey everybody, today's project we're going to be working on this 2013 Kia Rio, doing a little suspension work, tie rod end, left outer tie rod end, and a lower control arm ball joint assembly for a friend of my daughter's. So let's get at it. So parts have been received. As you can see here, we have something that I haven't opened yet. We have the tie rod end here. So we'll make sure that's the right one before, of course, we take everything apart. And let me get this open. All right. So this is what it looks like. At least this is what it's supposed to look like. Mounts on the frame. Here is the bit that mounts underneath the steering knuckle, or the part that turns the wheel. So parts, we also have a rear hatch switch, but that's going to be in a different video. We're going to concentrate on this. So let's get to it over at the car. All right, for a quick explanation of the setup, I have my wheel chocks in. I have jack stands on both sides, so the whole front end is up. And I have the steering unlocked so I can turn the wheels as I need to. Tires off. We're going to take off, or at least we're going to loosen this first, because that's always hard. It's on there tight so it doesn't move, obviously. We're going to loosen this, and then we're going to remove this first, but we're not going to change it yet. I want to loosen that off so that we can freely move this, and then we'll take off this. It's not going to be fun, but the bolts all look accessible. We have another bolt in here, so we'll take a look at that once I get it all apart. But yeah, so this is not a tutorial. This is just what I do, what I like to do, and how I do things on my own cars and for favors for friends and family. So this is a 24 millimeter bolt on here. I'm gonna have to get, yeah, it is a bit of an awkward spot, but oh, that does. I'm gonna need to get a little bit of persuasion on this to crack that loose. You don't want to loosen it all the way. You just want to loosen it up so that you can spin this off. We also have, yeah, anyways, this is how they adjust your toe in and toe out, if you're wondering, on your wheel alignment, because this connects to your steering rack. And if you loosen this up, this spins freely. So you can, and it's threaded into this. We'll show you that. So as you turn this in, it will pull it in, and if you turn it out, so that's part of how a front wheel alignment works. But anyways, let me get that loosened off, and then this is a 17 millimeter. We'll have to take out this cotter pin and take this bolt off. All right, we got that cracked loose, but you don't want to have it like back it off all the way, because then you'll lose your setting. What really I want to do here is be able to remove this without moving this, so that when I put the new one on, it'll go exactly back to where this one is, because otherwise you're going to screw up your alignment. So we're going to just tighten that up a little bit. Make sure it don't move, because we're just going to take off this, like I said, but we're not going to remove this yet. We're going to set it aside so we can get that off a little easier. And then when we get everything back together, well, whoop-de-doo. So we have the cotter pin removed. The cotter pin, the purpose of that pin in there is so that this nut doesn't accidentally come off and the tie rod end disconnect, and then you're going to have a big problem because you won't have steering on this wheel. So We're going to put that back, of course, but now we got to take this off, and it'll use my handy dandy. I have already loosened it. So it's not too hard for that to come off, and you just got to give this a little whack. Since we're replacing this, we don't have to worry about damaging any threads or anything. Why are we replacing this? Well, there was some play. It was worn out. So, see, now we can just set that aside, and now we can, and this now freely moves without the steering wheel moving. Anyways, yes. So onto the A-arm. All right, so here's the other bolt. With a little bit of persuasion, we got that to come out. So we're just going to leave it like that for now. I'm underneath the car, so we got another bolt way back there, which is why, because we have to be underneath the car. We got all the safety jack stands and so forth, and wheel chocks, so so I don't get trapped under the car. Not that we're banging a lot, but we're going to be yanking on this pretty good to get it off. So let's go ahead and get the last one off, or, well, that one. That one. So I actually measured both of them, and they're both, if we do it like this, they're very close, lining it up like that. So I'm going to say, because I can't measure it off the end of the bolt because it moves around. So that's not accurate. So the closest thing I can get is from the center of those two. So that's centered and here. And it looks like we have a match as close as possible. So let's get my chair, because I'm tired of sitting on the floor. So we just spin it back on. This is actually the easiest part of the whole job. Now, a lot of guys will count how many turns taking off and put the same amount of turns on, which, so right about there. So we're gonna tighten that up just a bit, and then we can turn this whole, because you see this needs to be upright to fit into there. It does come with its own bolt, but I don't want to move this nut anymore. I need two hands. Hold on. All right, so now neither is moving, but you can turn it now. So now we can get this lined up in here, lined up to the hole. It's hard to, come on, where's the hole? Where's the hole? There we go. There we go. So now let's get the nut on there. It's a, the nut that came with it is not me. I'm a different nut. We have a nut like this. It doesn't take a cotter pin, so I'm going to go with the new nut. Just spin that on there. Next, I'm going to make sure this is all good. You don't want to, now I'm going to take a, what size is that? So that's a 17. I'm actually just going to tighten it up by hand gently to snug it up. You don't want to damage. I've damaged enough threads today. Don't want to damage any more. So just, we're almost done. So a few moments with a wrench is worth, you know, the worst thing you can do is kind of half thread it on there and get an impact or power tool and cross thread it, and then you spend 15 or 20 minutes or an hour trying to rethread something or fix a thread on a bolt or finding another bolt. So we're going to tighten this down really good. Because we don't want it knocking around, because that causes wear. Okay, I'm going to need 2 hands for this. All right, so didn't want to over torque it or under torque it. It says 41 foot-pounds. I think I might be past that. I have set my torque wrench here. Yeah, so we're good and tight there. And yeah, so we're done. Just have to remember to tighten this up. I'm going to go ahead and tighten that. All right, we're good. That's tight. Tighten that bolt, the 3 bolts, and everything is torqued down on the lower control arm. So everything should be nice and quiet now. All that's left, we're gonna throw the wheel back on there and get everything wrapped up. And if you want to take a look at the next video on this car, we're going to be changing the switch. The switch has been is not working on the tailgate. So, but anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope this has helped you out. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask or comment. As I said, this is not a tutorial, it's just how I do things. I just wanted to show a little video for a little bit of side interest, general interest type video. Thanks for watching, and remember, do what you love and love what you do, even though sometimes it's a little hard. Thanks for watching. Till the next one, bye for now.